What's up, YouTube? How you guys doing today? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are making progress and moving closer to your goals and whatnot. But today I wanted to talk about not making enemies. Okay? This is super important. Okay? Do not, by any means, make enemies. Okay? And this is going to take a lot of discipline. And a lot of having control over your emotions. But I promise, it'll help you in the long run. So a lot of times when somebody wrongs you or does something you don't agree with, the natural instinct is to maybe be aggressive. If they've already been aggressive with you, to be aggressive back with them. Or if there's any animosity, the natural thing to do is to play into that, right? But in my opinion, that's probably the worst thing you can do. Because a lot of times in life, shit can hit the fan, right? And things can go very unexpected. And that person you just made an enemy or made dislike you over something petty could really come back to bite you in the end, because who knows what kind of pull they have or what kind of damage they can do further to your life, if that makes sense. So just make sure you're not out here making enemies for no reason. This is going to be a short video, but I just wanted to say that because there's been many times I'm seeing in my day-to-day life that there's obviously people I don't really care to be around, or I sort of distance myself from. Maybe they've even said something, right, to me. And there's a line, trust me, there's a line. There's a line between disrespect and just something petty they said, right? But I see a lot of men lose their absolute cool. Like they just tweak out because somebody said something real small in the grand scheme of things. It's really small, right? And then you tweak out on them and you lost somebody who here's the thing. Like I said, you don't know who could help you in the long run or who could hurt you in the long run as well. So by you out here making enemies, excuse me, I'm still sick, but trying to bang this video out for you guys. But by you making enemies, it can go both ways. Okay, you may have lost somebody who could have really helped you in the future, right? Or you could have made an enemy, and let's say you did something one day and that guy sees it, and you want him to stay quiet so you don't, I don't know, get in trouble or something. I got one example in my mind. It's just probably not appropriate to share. But he sees it, and if you and that guy were cool, or if you had just not made an enemy out of this guy, maybe he would keep it hush. Okay? You know what I'm saying? But because you made an enemy out of him, now he's going to tell everybody and doing this and that and the other. So it can only cause more problems on both sides. It only causes more problems when you make enemies when there's really no need to. Okay? Understand that there is a difference between disrespect, okay, something that absolutely needs to be handled, versus just small petty stuff that you don't really need to acknowledge, okay? And this does not come from a position of weakness. It comes from a position of strength. So you don't want to act very emotional in times like this. When someone makes you angry or something, you just, focus on something else. I know it happens to me daily. There's somebody who says something that really doesn't sit right with me, but as long as it's not that past that line that I draw, man, we can let it go, because there's no point in making enemies. Matter of fact, I'll give you an example. So I barber as a side hustle, right? So there's a guy I know who also barbers, right? Well, a mutual we have recently came to me to get his haircut. So naturally, that's going to make the other barber, kind of like, what the hell? And I just moved here, so it almost, I could see how it looks. He feels that I'm like stepping on his territory or something, right? But to me, I don't see it necessary for me to. Basically, I think there's enough money to go around, right? There's plenty of people that need haircuts. Like, I feel like it's no problem. So he's had some like aggression towards me lately and whatnot, but I refuse to make him an enemy, right? Because I could have played into that aggression. I could have been super cocky. I could have took it many routes. But me and that guy are still cordial. You get what I'm saying? Still associates. I don't know about friends, but I don't call a lot of people my friends. I just I'm just cordial with them. But I did not make him an enemy. I did not cause any animosity between us, because there's just no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm more of a I like to collab on things, and I like to, if I've got something going on, or I like to pass. You get what I'm saying? Like, I like to I just like to collaborate on things, and all of us make money, or all of us succeed. I like to see others succeed. So definitely not making enemies with that guy. Matter of fact, I told him, like, man, we could do the barbering thing together. You know what I mean? Like, maybe we could start our own shop or whatnot. Like, thinking bigger than individually. But yeah, that's getting on another track. But just wanted to put that out there. Yeah. Tell me what your thoughts are on this. Keep it in mind as you go through your day-to-day life, and once again, just make sure you're making friends and making people like you, because that will open up a lot of doors. Not don't overdo it, but just be a good dude, man, and talk to people and have some charisma about yourself. And so that'll open up so many doors. What will close the doors is, making enemies for no reason. So keep that in mind as you go through your life, go through your day-to-day life, and let me know what your thoughts are of this in the comments. I know it's been very helpful for me to start doing this, and I see a lot of guys who just don't care, but I don't think that's the way to go through life. So let me hear from you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you found it helpful. If you did, drop me a like. And, yeah. Appreciate you guys for watching. Let me hear from you. See you in the next video. Peace.